Hello, everyone. Sorry for the early start, but I have to run early today. Everything this afternoon should be normal, but if anything has to change, I will let everyone know in Discord. So, on the Discord server, good morning, Patrick. Happy Monday. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Martinez. Hello, George. Good news is good news now. Well, what's the news that came out? We haven't had much out yet this morning. We have numbers coming out 8:45 and 9. We have the S&P Composite PMI and Services PMI at 8:45 Central, so 15 minutes after the open. We have ISM numbers. Watch this one specifically to see if it does drop towards contraction and how much it does drop if it does miss. That's really going to be interesting, and then it slows down. But also watch the prices paid component and the employment component. Employment component dropping into contraction last time. Other than that, mixed this morning. Tesla bounced. First, had the report out that they were cutting production in Shanghai by 20%. Then it was another follow-up report by Reuters saying that was not true. So who knows what's going on, but it still looks like it's going to be gapping down this morning. Oil up. Oil could be triggering that double bottom today. Confirmed double bottom. Looking for the trigger. You can see energy stocks up, real estate, basic materials up, and everything else down, with industrials leading the minor pullback. Fed watch is still 75% for the 50 basis point. Fear and greed still in greed mode. We are right at neutral gamma. The two major gamma levels are 4,100 and 4,000, 4,000 being the big one. But on any pullback, it starts leading into negative gamma, although it doesn't really start ramping down until you get close to that 4,000. Any rally is in positive gamma and has a dampening effect, so do keep that in mind. We had SAIC earnings out this morning, and they did beat top and bottom line. So we'll see, but there is a potential massive double top in that I am keeping an eye on. Even on a rally, it will still be intact. After the close, GitLab, So not much going on there. So far, just an orderly pullback, 71 basis points down in the S&P. So a bad ISM could be good for the market in interpretation, because hey, the Fed has to do less, and then you get the pause and pivot crew coming back out. Good morning, Rams of Fall. So let me just show you what I'm watching for. So far, just an orderly pullback after the snapback rally on Friday. There is a lot of support in here. First off the open is about 40.38, and then my more significant is about 4,014, 4,010 to 4,014 area. Then I'm paying attention to the bottom of the rotation zone, but that's only if we can sustain it. If we can break Friday's low with some momentum. And even below that, you have the support ledge I talked about yesterday. Is 39.55. Pretty significant support ledge. Then you have the breakout area and the rising 50 at 39.11. And remember, you have all that, the gamma wall at 4,000. Also, do keep in mind, it's going to get interesting trading for the next week and a half with the Fed meeting and every little data point analyzed. I think the Fed's sticking to the 50 basis point, but more so will be the press conference and guidance with what they're doing on February. And that's going to be something I'm going to keep repeating, because do not forget that going in here. The key support, this 40-40 area, is right at the daily rotation zone. And the algos that love to buy the 8, it's right in there or by that area. On a rally, I'm going to be watching the overnight high / the Friday open close area. All right, that's 40.76. Above that, if we look at the little shorter term charts, above that we got a lot of, there's no clear path move up here. So that's where it gets challenging, because look at all the key stopping points. If you want a minor stopping point intraday, look at 40.26 if we sell off. But on any rally, it gets challenging. It's more just aggressively moving up stops from any long pattern. And there's a lot of breakout levels slash breakdown levels. So I need to really look for a pattern, and there isn't one that is set up yet. The NASDAQ key area is 11,875. And then we got about 11,815 and then 11,752. And then the bottom of the rotation zone, 11,700. So there's lots of stopping points with the NASDAQ too. Where area gets really interesting, and not expecting this to trigger today unless something strange happens. But we got 11,465, so we need a massive wipeout move. But I am keeping an eye. This sloppy double top is still technically valid with some advanced rules, so I'm keeping an eye on that, especially since the targets are back to the lows. Other than that, on a rally mode, same difference here. Stair-stepping down pattern. You do have a little clear path move on the 1 hour below about 11,920, right where we're trading now. And that could be that quick run to the 11,815 area, but everything in here is a support key area. To the upside, I'd be looking at a 12,059, 12,060, and then some of the highs from last Thursday for targets. The Dow, just do a bigger picture, Dow stuff trading right at the 8. On a continued drop, I'll be watching two levels, 34,026 and then Friday's lows. And then below that, we don't have much till 33,630 area. To the upside, I'm just keying back off of 34,700. The Russell, again, everything's trading inside to Friday's wide range also. Russell, key pullback levels 1870 and then Friday's lows. Major resistance on any rally about 1897 to 1900. So that's my short-term targets on any rally. The longer term would be 1917. The DAX, it's getting very sloppy, but I am still watching. If we close below 14,337 for the bigger pullback move against the rotation zone. So my primary target will be 14,212. The notes, I'll get to the Qs and the spiders in a second. Inside day, trading right at a little key level 114.10. If we pull back, minor will be 114.04, but major level will be 113.24. Still to the upside would be a retest of 114.28, then 115.03. Dollar index, little back and forth here this morning. It's a really horribly sloppy little double, but really I'm watching for if we get about 104.40 for a minor breakout level to see how that reacts. I am watching for a bottoming attempt in the dollar. So because that could lead to a, if we do get a little bigger rally in the dollar, could lead to a pullback in the precious metals, as I talked about yesterday, and a pullback in the markets. The VIX is up today, trading up against key resistance, 2034. If we run through that, I'll be watching the daily 8, about 2070, and then 2086 for a key target. Without a lot of VIX momentum, can't get super bearish with going into all these support levels unless we start getting a lot of VIX momentum. In crude, I'm still watching for a close above 82.36 to trigger the double. That's what I'm keeping an eye on. And yes, this is still technically a double top. So we now have a potential reversal trade also. So that would be on a close below 79.65. So remember, the double bottom has confirmed but not triggered, and we have a potential double top that is not triggered or confirmed. So it'll be interesting. I doubt it will stay in this range for very long. Now let's get to the spiders and the Qs. Spiders, little gap down. So naturally, I'm focusing on any rally on the gap fill, and that the gap fill would be to 406.91. We're trading 404 roughly right now. You can also use the harmonics. This is really good to use the harmonics from Thursday's high to Friday's low. These harmonic levels can be used as targets and short-term stop raising levels, like 405.14, 406.11. Then it would be 406.91 to 407.08. And for the bullish mode, you want to see a close, at least a 1 hour close back above 407.08. Support is coming in on the daily with the 8 EMA at Friday's lows, so about 402 to 402.20. You break down below that, you're into a single candle clear path. The breakout zone from that is 399.09. And then you don't have much till 393.30. So those are the levels I'm utilizing on the spiders. The Qs, 290.72. Friday's lows coming in at 288.40. So that's my key support. You can use those harmonics I showed just on the spiders too, but on any rally, 291, and then about the close on Friday would be key, coming in at 292.55. We break below Friday's lows, 288.41. Then again, you don't have much going on because it's into a single candle clear path with the breakout zone being 284.88, and then not much until you get back to 279.50 area. And yes, the potential double top is still in play. All right. Good morning, Christoph. Good morning, Brad F. Thank you for tuning in. I tend to agree, major rug pull incoming. The best pattern for that is the double tops in the NASDAQ and the Qs to watch for that to trigger. Bitcoin, still not much. Try to break out, not sustainable, not a sustainable breakout. Yes, there is now. I'll have to go over this afternoon, but we do possibly have a potential double top area. So a reversal trade below about 16,800. Let's peek in at Tesla with those different conflicting stories coming out. Trading 189.44. So the key support, the really key support is about 180. You break below 180, really watch out below. There's a gap left behind. The 62.5 is 178.46. So that's what I'll be watching for an intraday close on an intraday closing basis for potentially to let us know about the breakdown play and then targeting that gap fill. Other than that, on the open, we'll watch for a return to 191.85 and then the gap fill to 194.86 are the key levels, the upside, and then 198. What was this high? 198.92. What else have I missed? That's really about it. Just a euro. Remember, I'm watching for that bottoming, potentially coming in with the dollar, but there's no strong bottoming pattern. I'll be watching the euro below 105.20 for just a pullback into the daily rotation zone. The next target is still 106.30 to the upside. And the pound isn't really much unless it starts breaking towards today's low. I'm going to be using about 122.20 as a breakdown zone. And then it's a return to 121.50 area, the flattening 200 and the rising daily. With that, I don't think there's much more. Oh, the VIX is the quiet kid at school, huh? There we go. Okay. I'm not seeing anything else. Sorry for the little earlier start today, but still wanted to get it in. By the way, metals, I'm watching for topping patterns to come in, especially if we get that dollar bounce. So don't get caught off guard if you're long a bunch of the metals. Know where your trailing stop levels are. Good morning, Lauren. Thank you, Dave. PIDU, then I will be running. Let's just take a look at Baidu. Yeah, another gap up. Keep in mind the 124.77 is going to be key to about 127.50. That's trading up, especially with the rumors that China will be somewhat changing its COVID lockdown rules. So lots of stuff on fire in China. Run for the roses. All right. I know you had to get in our dead reference. Besides Bitcoin, I keep an eye on Ethereum, but everything I'd key off of with Bitcoin right now based off of everything that's going on. I don't think we can count on that. I think it could be choppier, but today we got some key numbers, and then it's not till Friday. Not the next major set of numbers are Friday, and earnings are really winding down. So that could lead to some choppier market conditions. But you get news out of China going on. Who knows? I think something's going to come out of the blue, personally. Yes, that's the daily dead reference. So that's why I'm on a heightened awareness alert, especially in the S&P, well, especially in all the stock indices, being back at the top on the daily and at the top on the weekly and really close to overbought conditions against some key levels. So I'm really watching. There's no great signals because we are against a lot of support for a breakdown level, but I am on heightened alert. With that, good morning, Anissa. If you're tuning in late because I had an early start, please watch the replay. And with that, I will see everyone after the close. If for some reason the live stream has to change, I will let everyone know in Discord. Talk to everyone later. Bye for now.